Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness, so excited to introduce y'all to our 12th, I don't want to say final episode of the year, but final episode from the track, Desoto BMX, under the big top, DeSoto, Texas, Saturday night racing, December 15th, absolutely last and final race of the 2018 season in all of BMX. I'm sure they're going down all over the country tonight. But the 15th, it's over. The season ends. This is our finale tonight. I just want to start it off by everybody that's listened to either one episode or all 12 of these bad boys. I cannot thank you enough from the bottom of my heart for supporting, listening, and tuning in and just making Chris's Corner, whether it's live on Wednesday night, the podcast, some Chris's carpools, just, whenever I feel the need to do them. Thank you for listening and being a part of DeSoto BMX and letting us be a part of you and your family in this awesome adventure, in this awesome sport we call BMX. So what it do, Mr. Graham? How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm feeling good today, man. It's a lot warmer.
Ladies and gentlemen, my ride or die, the brains behind the machine, the man that actually spurred this to get started and had the idea, reached out to me on Facebook. We had never met. We had actually met, but we had never really talked, and he had this idea. We got together, and just a great human being, great dude, Mr. Blaine Graham from Magnolia, Texas. He's got a beautiful bride, beautiful daughter, and an awesome son who's really good, Riley Graham. He is a very good friend of my son now. They hit it off, became fast friends, and just thank you very much, Blaine, for the bright ideas, the commitment to drive up here each and every week as you do. And just being a part of this. We had an awesome half of a year, went into the Grands. We got to throw down there. We've got our Ryan Hernandez built us our awesome little stickers there, and I feel legit.
Oh yeah, man.
It's a show.
We have fun.
We're just gonna come at you, keep bringing the goods. This past 12 episodes, all we've been doing really was trying to hone the craft, learn it, figure this out, see how it works with having headsets, a computer, a mixer, and everything. It's kind of hard to figure out how to do the weather and sit in the wind and the cold and all that stuff has been a little different. Now the Grands was perfect. We were indoor.
Yeah, that was really
actually
nice.
A little hot under those bright lights up there when we interviewed T.J. Johnson, and man, it was just awesome to be a part of everything that we are. Well, listen, I've got a special guest. This guy called this past week. Him and I have been knowing each other for a long time, and watched him as a beginner and novice, intermediate, go into expert. Then he made the leap to pro, and then he went into elite. But this awesome dude called me this past week and said, "Hey, I'm going to be in town. I'm leaving school on Thursday, going to be flying in. How about Saturday night we throw down?" Well, you were down for Friday or Saturday night. You didn't care.
I was open.
And he was open for anything. Wanted to give an awesome Christmas present to all these BMXers and give them a free clinic and kind of show them what's available to them, whether it's through him or any other person that puts on BMX clinics or training or camps, what they can learn and what's going to be coming at them. And that was just a sneak peek. They got an hour with this guy. And normally they're 2 to 3 hour clinics that we do, if not a camp, which can range, for 3/4 of a day for 2 days in a row, which I'm pretty excited to say we're probably going to line you out with 1 or 2 this next year. That just what you did for the kids today was phenomenal, and the response that we got from it just shows that you are a person that needs to, when you're in town and not traveling the world with your pro schedule and collegiate and all that good stuff, with what you're doing in college, that you're here training when you're home in town. So you're definitely going to be able to do that and teach kids here on your home facility. But ladies and gentlemen, been on a bike, we just talked about this a minute ago, been on the bike for 14 years. Started in 2005 as a beginner, and here we are, 2019 AA Elite Men Pro, one of the best, most talent. There are some guys that are extremely fast up there,
Of course,
extremely fast, but I don't think that there's very many with the talent and the precision and the skill that you have on a bike. When you find that speed and whatever that it factor is for you to put you to little bit more up, they're in deep trouble because you're brand new into the elite ranks. So you're just now cutting your teeth in that. But these guys better watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Alec Bob, factory free agent rider here at the house, under the big top here in DeSoto BMX. Well, Mr. Alec Bob, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to spend with the kids today and jumping on Chris's Corner with us.
Of course. It was the idea I had. I learned so much throughout the year, and it's one of the things where I want to give back. I see riders, and it's kind of hard on race days to give them those tips that I need to. And I've seen all of these guys throughout, Albuquerque, the group over there, at each race throughout the year, and it's nice to have these times where just, I don't care about the fee, just come ride for free and come hang out, and let me give you the little tips they need to kind of get that extra edge. And so I've done a lot this year, and I just wanted to have that aspect where I just gave back, and that's one thing I'm where I'm at because people like Denzel Stein, Jason Rogers, and all those other fast guys are in that 06 to 09 range. Really gave back to me and gave me those little tips, and that just kept that fire burning in me. To think 14 years, almost 15 years, I've been riding a bike under this big top, and so I've seen it. It's just cool to see.
Nice. Well, we couldn't be more happy to have you here, and especially when somebody starts talking. One of my biggest things when I became a track operator was when a rider calls himself a pro, it's real easy to throw out the term, I'm pro. But to be professional in the way you act, talk, carry yourself, present yourself to the young riders that look up to you, and everything else, you have went over the crest, and you've just fit that mold so perfect on what a professional should be, that I just couldn't be more happy and more thankful for this to be your home track, and we get to support you in your career.
Yeah.
This next year, I know I was a little hard on you this past summer when I come out here, and Alec Ball was out here jamming on the track, and I was like, Alec, you cannot be out here alone. He's like, okay, Mr. Allen, I got you. No problem. I come back, and there he was again. And I'm like, boy, I'm going to put you in a headlock. But no, man, come out here, do what you got to do. You get yourself honed in. Of course, this is your house. You have as much or more right than I do on this track. But as long as you have somebody with you, you have your butt out here practicing whenever you need to. That's not an open invitation for everybody to come out here and ride. This dude knows what he's doing. He's elite in the sport, and sometimes they have to do some stuff when there's not other people around to kind of get some things perfected. And when you get to that level, we'll talk.
Well, just the schedule involved alone. So talk about your schedule a little bit. You were telling me earlier, you're going to school, you're hitting all these nationals. You are never on a downtime.
No. So my year is quite hectic. Freshman year of college, I was at school for 9 weekends. So that was between first semester. That was between August till December, and then January all the way through May. So it's
you were only there 9 weekends.
9 weekends.
Wow.
So and then it's each year because that first year I was still amateur, so I was only hitting a few races throughout the year, well, quite a bit. And then just each year as I turn A Pro, the elite year. This past year I'm at 65 flights so far. I've done 16 USA BMX Nationals, 2 overseas races, 2 World Cups. I also did a full season of collegiate mountain biking. So basically this semester from August through January I was gone every weekend except 2. So it's back to back between racing mountain bikes to racing BMX. It's getting back to school, having my meals already prepped, doing meal prep throughout the week, making sure I'm getting my training and my recovery and my rest. And then come Friday, Thursday, back on a plane or a bus to the next venue, and then race that weekend, and then back at it week after week.
So one of the things I've always been interested in is how different people prepare for a big event.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's say you wake up Saturday morning. You've got however many rounds that day you've got to race. And the ultimate goal, of course, is to be in the last main of the day.
Yes, always.
With as few points as possible, having yourself set up for a possible podium finish. What do you do when you wake up to get ready for that first round? What do you put your body through? What do you do mentally, diet wise, eating, drinking, hydration? Kind of walk us through a big race day for Alec Bob.
So a big race day kind of starts even beforehand. So it's almost a process that leads up to that race. So it's starting at the beginning of the week, making sure I'm getting good rest, staying hydrated. I always work out about that Tuesday before, and then that Wednesday's off, and then a travel day on Thursday. But it's really keeping my head in a good place, making sure, even though it's kind of hard to regiment things when you're kind of on the move, just making sure I have my water. I always kind of have my key restaurants that I go to that I know that it'll be good quality food that'll keep me up to par.
What are those?
Probably my favorites, which I go to too often, is probably Jimmy John's, Chipotle, Panera Bread, just kind of things that kind of keep me nice and lean and aren't too heavy on me. But then when it comes to race day, it's always pretty funny. I do yoga in my bed, so as soon as I wake up, I'll turn on some light music, and then just start doing some stretches in bed. Probably like 15 minutes of that. I get some breakfast, get some good food on me, head to the track. But I always, before any practice, I'm always doing a good recovery ride. So at the beginning of the day, 15, 20 minutes of the bike, just doing a light spin. Then I'll go through a dynamic stretch, which is just simple stretches, trying to get my body kind of loosened up. And then I'll do some more explosive movements, so doing some like lunges, high knees, air squats, just some explosive movements to kind of get my body ready to attack. And then in practice, just going heavy, just make sure I'm getting the track dialed in. I mean, we kind of have 25 minutes, so you kind of going hard as fast as you can, trying to adapt as quickly to the track. And then after that, just remember staying with my recovery, eating well. A lot of people I see, I struggled because I had a lot of nerves growing up. I could not eat during race day. It was like I couldn't even breakfast. I ate like after racing. So I was just running on E the entire day. And so I realized now to just remember to stay hydrated. I have these fig bars I eat. I eat those throughout the day. They're pretty easy on my stomach. And then just after each lap, making sure I'm have my good recovery ride. I'm chillaxing between. I'm not really walking around too much. I'm trying to stay under the tent, stay focused, and then just repeating that process each round, getting good results. And then the day normally ends off well if you work on the process.
Sounds to me like you're super consistent with what works, work it. You don't change much. When you find a good recipe, you just roll with that.
Yeah.
So consistency is key for you.
Consistency is key. I mean, it's something I've probably had the same regimen since 2015. It's just been the same kind of.
That's hardcore.
Well, and that's,
to have that commitment.
That's honestly what a lot of people out there need to listen to. So when you show up at a national and you're 13, 14, 15-year-old kids at the national eating corn dogs, running around all day, I mean, that's going to impact their results. It does.
Yeah. Especially
at the level now that kids are progressing. I mean, you have 14-year-old kids on 7-day training periods.
Yeah.
So you got to do it. And especially when you get up into that elite level. I mean, those guys are just, I mean, that's your job.
Yeah. Well, listen, 13 and 14-year-olds, you can still buy corn dogs when you're here at Desoto BMX. I will sell those to you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing over there knocking my corn dog sales. But no, I agree with you 100%. You're only going to get out what you put in.
Yeah.
So if you put bad stuff in, you're going to get bad results. You put good stuff in, you're going to get good results. It's fuel. It's your body. It's your vessel. Treat it right. So. And
a lot of the kids, they have a tendency to, after they finish the race, just like sit. And it's like that's the worst thing you can do for your body. Your body is not going to react well when you want to get back up and you want to be ready for your next round. So it's good to just always trying to flush your legs after each lap, trying to keep them as fresh as possible for that next lap. And that's, I mean, even going for 5 to 10 minutes is better than just sitting down. Because I know for myself, if I finish a hard lap and I sit down, I'm going to be cramping. And I will not have any good performance come the next round. So it's always good to have your recovery is key. Recovery is key.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I mean, listen, all you riders out there that are, and all you parents that are listening to this, make sure you go back and play this for your kids. If they're thinking about, it doesn't matter if they're just a twice a month rider or a nightly, weekly rider. take what Alec Bob is saying and use this, because it's not going to only help you in BMX, but your regular sports, regular life, your daily routine, and just being overall healthy. Because we definitely want to promote everybody in every sport, in every facet of your life. And honestly, I don't know. I've always wondered about the stretching and how people wake up and start their day, because I wake up and the night before I'm thinking, gosh, I want to be healthy, I want to be able to move around, why don't I wake up and stretch? I can't ever force myself to do it. I'm 42 years old, I just never did it. But so you literally just put on some soft music and start stretching.
There. It's probably at 10 to 15 minutes just stretching, and it's funny because when I don't do it, I get to the track and I'm like, ooh, my back's a little tight, or some muscles are a little tight on me. So it's just something that keeps me as loose as possible going into the race day. Because once you get to the track, it's kind of like it's almost too late to do a stretch like that and do a warm up like that. So it's good to just kind of do it in stages.
Okay. Well, I know that here in just a little bit you gotta buzz out of here for a little bit. You're gonna go. Can I say what you're gonna go do? You're gonna go pick up his girlfriend. I didn't want to put anybody on blast. I just want to be careful. But no. Anyway, gonna go pick up your girlfriend. We're blessed. Alec Bob is going to come back to the track with his girlfriend and watch hopefully the last couple rounds of racing. And we're going to have Alec Bob handing out the plaques and trophies tonight for the last race of the year. Hope that's a good memory for a lot of these kids going in out of the 2018 season, the last race of the year here under the big top. The biggest pro here at their track, that they're racing on, is going to give them that final trophy for the year. And then I hope that spurs them into just trying that much more harder in the beginning of 2019 for our January 1st race, because it's only going to be a couple weeks off, and then it's just right back quick to it. You don't have time to, they're going to go open gifts, eat some food, do what they got to do, but going to be right back here at the track training. And so, Alec Bob, seriously, just thank you for being the role model you are. Thanks for riding hard, teaching me about BMX. I've learned a lot by watching you, talking to you, and I hope that that what's going on here with the facility is to your liking, to your approval. Of course, I'm always searching, to make y'all happier, better, faster, because I want you to know that you can come to your home track and train and go somewhere else and be better.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to be stagnant, stay the same. We want to give you something to even challenge you in your level of riding. And I thought we had built one crazy rhythm section. Alec Bob comes out 2 laps. He's through there, and I'm like, good Lord.
I can always tell, and this speaks to the role model that you are. I mean, kids of all ages. My son, I can tell. He comes down, his routine is similar. He comes down in the morning, first thing he does is sits down and eat. Every single morning, he pops open his phone, he's got his headphones on, and he starts scrolling through looking for BMX videos. I can always tell when Alec has hit a new track or done something through a rhythm section, because he'll be banging on my door at 6:30 in the morning. Look at this, you got to watch Alec pedal through this.
But it's sick and it's insane, and my boy Blaine, I know he looks up to you, and I think he's almost got to where he's wanting to turn things on, rode a little bit with you earlier today.
So he had the training day. He's working with Greg Camaro now. He's about to kill it.
He's well, one of the things you and him, or that he used to have in common with you, is you were both smaller statured guys against some really big competition. Some of these guys get 6'2" and they're 12 years old. You guys were smaller frame gentlemen, and he fought that, and I think that was his mental paralysis. Was like doesn't matter what I do, how hard I train, I can't. It doesn't matter. But he's developed that skill on that bicycle, and once he hits that growth spurt and that speed, and that's why I tell him to take advantage of Billy Russell, Shaylin Reno, Jackson Dodson, Yo Thatch, Alec Bob, everybody we have here at the track, and you're in a kind of a unique situation.
Yeah.
Brandon Elmore was in that situation for years and years with Gary, and Brandon Elmore shot right to the top, and one of the most talented riders I've personally ever watched ride a bike is Brandon Elmore. So it just, that lends itself to, from even back to Jason Rogers and Denzel Stein, and just and all these BMX Hall of Famers that we have from DeSoto, from Leland Hill, Chad Hill, just all of them. I mean, there's just a lot of good riders that come from here. This has produced a lot of world-class people, and I think it's going to continue, and I think we're about to hit that stride where we're going back up to the top, and we're definitely not going to slow down.
Because it's hard. You have a lot of people have that definition of what it means to be a successful rider. Like, oh, this guy has to be this build, 6'2", 200 pounds. But in my case, a lot of people doubted me. They're like, you're too small. You're too small to win races. I mean, 2016, I was the smallest guy in 1927 amateur, and I won 21 races. And I mean, even looking at the pro class, me and Cam Larson were both first-year elites. I'm 160, well, like 155. I think Cam is pushing like 145. And we've made, I think both of us have made like 10 main events so far in elite.
That's awesome.
And racing guys who were 6'2", 220, 225, and it's the mental aspect of it. I mean, we're all physically talented, we're all physically strong, but it's at that point when you're behind the gate, who's mentally there?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you have the mental game and you're strong,
But I mean, you can look back to the first Olympics in 2008 in Beijing. Donnie Robbins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boom. He was there. He spanked everybody. So, I mean, to walk away with a bronze medal, I think that kind of proves that it really doesn't matter what your size is. You can go all the way to the top and be the best on the planet.
Yeah, it's a lot of it. You just got to learn how your body reacts to the bike. I mean, we got everyone from, look at Justin Wheat.
Yes.
I mean, he is not
9'3".
He is not what you would consider the person that would go out on a BMX bike and be talented.
Damien Lacombe.
Yeah.
6'8".
Crazy tall guy.
Both of them
super talented.
Yeah, super talented. They're both at the top of the sport.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been Alec Bob, factory free agent, double A Elite Men Pro. Once again, thank you. Thank you very much. If you want to take this opportunity to thank whoever you want to thank and your sponsors and kind of throw that out there, and then I know you got to get over there to pick up that young lady and do what you got to do.
I mean, first off, probably my parents. I mean, they've always been the ones they brought me to the sport. They've always kept the wheels turning. But also having, this facility, it's always been top notch. And just to see you really revamp it and see the improvements you've made in the past couple of years, and just to see where this place is going. And it's cool to say that I've been at this track for 14 years now, and
That's
just
awesome.
to see it come in and almost revamp it in just a whole new facility. And it's just nice to have, the sponsors that support me throughout the year, keeping everything rolling, free agent, box, and everybody, Sean Moore, my team manager, just everybody who's in my corner. It's small at times, but it's almost for the better, just so I can stay focused. But I appreciate everybody.
Absolutely, and we definitely appreciate you. And like I said, just let us know anytime you're going to be in town. Alec Bob will be doing some training in 2019, so be listening for those dates. And then we're going to turn around and before the Super National, some kind of camp, something big.
Yeah.
We're going to do something big before April with Alec Bob and some other riders. That are going to be in town and under the big top. So who knows? We may be able to put together just a super stud up, clinic camp or something together where it's just going to be completely all stars. And I can't wait to bring it to them. And Alec Bob, you're a world class human being. Just thank you for being you and who you are. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, don't forget about the Pro-Am coming. That's going to be.
Oh.
If you haven't heard of this, you're going to want to be here the weekend that Pro-Am gets announced.
Wow. Tangent.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Unbelievable. I 100% committed to $16,000, but I'm doing 20. That's what I've been throwing out there and talking about. $20,000 Pro-Am, DeSoto BMX, under the big top, DeSoto, Texas, state championship weekend. So
There's
when they let us schedule,
big names show up,
bro,
and they're going to try and take Alec down on his home track.
it's going to be nuts. But even on my side
I'll be ready
of it,
to fight.
I was telling you a story last night about hanging out with, Grindle and everybody at the Grands up on the announce. Grindle's going to be here. He'll be announcing that race. So they're going to be some legit, all the way from the riders, people running the race.
We'll have some Olympians here back from. It's coming back.
Nice.
Coming back.
We may even pull, with it being a Pro-Am with that kind of money, who knows, man, who could show up. You know, you may see an Elmore, you may see a Rogers, I don't know who could. Somebody's going to come out of the woodwork and start training for that kind of jack.
30 seconds. You just got 30 seconds for 10 grand.
You know, like that old Toby Keith song, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good one lap as I ever was. So if they can get out here, who knows, they might be able to buy some Cheerios.
They do hole shot challenges too, right?
Yeah, hole shot challenges, amateur incentives. You know, I think the amateur that makes it
it's like
the
$500.
highest. Yeah, it's insane. That the amateur that makes it the highest, the top ranking amateur for the weekend's going to get a check. The top girl's going to get a check. We're going to have. There's going to be a lot of people leave here with some cash. And why I think it's going to be over $20,000, what happened at our last state championship, we started off with like $20.
Yeah.
And then within an hour, there was $4,500, $5,000 flopping around, and somebody left with over $1,000. So it was insane, and I cannot wait for that to happen again. It's going to be big. It's going to be large, in charge, all that good business, and we just couldn't be more excited. Well, listen, you be safe. Go get that young lady and come back. Can't wait for you to hand out the awards. We're going to be putting out some awesome pictures of Alec Bob handing out the final trophies for 2018 here at Desoto BMX under the Big Top in Desoto, Texas. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with you. And, man, we're going to have an awesome night. Got a lot more interviews coming to you. Going to be introducing a couple people that you're going to be seeing and hearing a lot about this next year. A guy and a girl. Who knows? We may be introducing our 2019 Amateur Riders of the Year. Because we just finished up with Cameron Wing, Trinity Stofflet. They represented this track. And we might be announcing and interviewing our 2 riders for 2018. And I can't wait for everybody to meet these awesome people. We'll be back with you here in just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Second guest of the night. This is kind of a bittersweet interview, but we're still going to be around this young lady the rest of her BMX career, especially while they live here in Garland. And her and her father, mother, and brother are always out here supporting DeSoto BMX under the Big Top, DeSoto, Texas. I could not be more proud. Something that I started as a track operator. I was out here one afternoon and I thought, I need two premier riders a year that represent DeSoto BMX, whether they're racing. I guess one of the standards is that they're hitting nationals and they're just representing DeSoto BMX. They're not necessarily out there, advertising for the track, but they're just showing people what type of humans that we promote and put out there, and they're just good ambassadors for their families, themselves, the sport, and DeSoto BMX. So it's just a win-win situation. And our first year we had Natalie Daughtry and Billy Russell, and then we had a really good, successful year. And then here comes this girl from up north with an accent. Jumps on the track.
Whoa. She didn't have an accent.
Well, I guess we did. She was normal.
Yeah.
But I seen her come out of the gate. Didn't know who she was. Her dad was unshaven. His little guy over there just looked mean as anything. And, she come out of the gate every single lap just hard. And everybody's like, who in the world is this girl? And, then boom, she was fast friends with our daughter, hanging out, eating my cereal, getting into the ice cream, hanging out with us, watching movies, but just never stopped training and busting her butt. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce our 2018 Girl Amateur Rider for the Year that represented us better than we've ever been represented. And yes, you are a transplant, but we welcomed you in. You will always be up there on that banner, ladies and gentlemen. Trinity Stofflet, Factory Midwest Pool. How are you, young lady?
I am pretty darn good.
Here, let's pull that a little bit closer. There you go. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to interview you. Of course, we didn't have the podcast going when all this started. We did have Chris's Corner, and I had you on there, and we announced what you were going to be doing. And
we had her on the podcast, too.
No, I know, but not when she became the premier rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had Trinity. Trinity's awesome. She's going to be on a lot more podcasts. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for representing us the way you did in 2018 and just riding and being the awesome human being you are. That's all this is about, is just to thank you and just to kind of pick your brain and see where your head is at with your 2018 season and kind of what's up.
Well, I got to thank you for supporting me from day one since I've been here. As soon as I got here, you guys treated me like family, and I couldn't ask for more, and thank you very much.
Absolutely.
You and your family are like true blessing, like the best.
And don't ever forget. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, thank you. You've made our lives better. So, like, truly, thank you for what you do. But so, go through your 2018 season. Kind of where everything kind of started and where you're at now. I mean, you're at the last race of the year, and let's just go through and recap the whole year. What's up?
This year's definitely had its ups and downs. I had some mental battles to deal with. But it was overall a pretty good year. Came up with 7 wins in class and a bunch of other podiums, which I'm happy with. I checked off a couple girls from the list of girls to beat this year, and definitely spotted a whole lot of new ones, and picked up a whole lot of bike skill too this year. Worked on that a lot this year, throwing it into the national races. Like, I'm known to do bike skill in practice, and then at the local races a little bit, but then as soon as I hit the nationals, it kind of goes back to the pumping. But I picked up the manuals and the jumping.
I was watching her out here today. Yeah, I was like, man, I don't know that I've ever really seen her do that in a race. I actually asked Casey, I'm like, is she starting to really manual and jump like that? But yeah, I mean, you've definitely showed that you've came a long ways.
Oh, the bike skill has improved 500%. Handling it. Of course, you've had a couple different track layouts, and we've tried to switch things up and challenge people to get better, and don't have a choice but to figure it out and to get through there and evolve the bike skills to evolve with the sport and what's going on with these evolved tracks that are going up all over the country at these nationals and stuff. Might as well do it on a local level, learn on it, because you're going to have to race it when you get to the big shows. So you might as well just jump on it. So the one thing that I've noticed about your riding, and a lot of other people notice, not just myself, the corners.
Oh, yeah.
Your cornering. What's going on there? What's happening?
Well, when I raced up north, the corners were, most of them were blacktopped, and you could get a whole lot lower in them. And I'm known not to have a very good first straight, but I can stick with people long enough to stick them in a corner.
Yeah.
The corner ninja comes out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to transition into, like Trinity, the corner ninja. Flip.
I watched that video you guys put on Facebook a few times over, and I'm like, some of them moves, man, I'm telling you, those were sweet.
Yeah. But it had a lot to do with up north in Minnesota. Those corners were just perfect, and I don't know. My cornering's a lot different than other people's too. If you ever watch me in a corner, you'll notice how I squat down and it's like a pumping motion.
Yes.
And I get made fun of actually quite a bit for that. People always joke about me pumping in the corners, but it's just, I don't know, I guess I just push it through. So
hey, you do what works for you, because it is working for you.
If it works, work it. But I think not the funny part, but I've seen people try to emulate it and just slide right out. They'll push down and they'll kind of push and go to that side motion, and whoop, there goes their bike, there goes them, and it just doesn't work. But I haven't seen you go down in a corner.
Yeah, no, I can tell you that we have personally had conversations on the drive back to Houston about how does Trinity go that low in these corners.
It's insane.
Because if Bradley tries it, he's down on the ground, and he's done it plenty of times.
It's a lot of repetition, and my size has a lot to do with it. I can get a whole lot lower than somebody that's way bigger than me. So.
Well, awesome. So you said you checked off a couple racers that you wanted to beat. You did that, and then but there's actually more that now you want to beat. You had some mental struggles through the year. You overcame those. You did what you had to do, and then you go into the Grands. How did your Grands week go?
It wasn't I wasn't extremely happy about it, but I couldn't be disappointed about it jumping into 15, 16 girls. I got bumped in quarters, but not trying to make excuses or anything, but I ran a lot of outside gates that weekend, and that definitely didn't help, but I stuck with girls that I didn't think I could stick with very much, so yeah.
Well,
That's a tough class. That's a tough class.
What do you see for 2019? What's kind of your goal? What are you shooting at? Like
I'm going all in
what's
this year.
Trinity doing 2019?
All in. It's make it or break it. National 1, NAG 1.
Gray number 1 plate on the bike. And if there's anybody that can put their head down and do it, there's not a doubt in my mind you can be that one, because every time we're here, whether there's a clinic or anything, you're out on the track and you're working.
Well, in the support level from her family, if her dad can't have her here at the track, her mom's here at the track, and they have her here, and that's what it takes, is to be out here to practice and practice and practice, and when you think you have it figured out, do it 100 more times.
Yep.
Get perfect at it. And but yeah, we couldn't be more happy to have you here at Desoto BMX and be part of what we've got going on. And I promise you this, that banner of Trinity Stofflet will never come down. That is going to be there for the rest of the history of, if they tear it down in 50 years, it'll be taken down. But your banner will always be a part of DeSoto BMX under the Big Top DeSoto, Texas for the year 2018. Our amateur girl rider for the year. Nobody can ever take that away from you, and you definitely earned it. And I'm looking forward to putting you up there as our local girl pro here in a few years.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be pretty spectacular. So 2019, you're going for NAG 1 and all that good business.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'll definitely have the rider count to aim for National 1, and if I can dominate in that class this next year, I might bump up to pro, or I might try a year in 1720 to see what it's like, but definitely pro is in the future.
Nice. That's what
now with the new rule change, you got to wait till 18, right?
19.
Is it 19?
19.
I thought it was 18.
19.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, because January 1st, you have to be born in 2000. Yeah, it's 19 years old. It's 19 now. But you keep... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, we may see some of those classes toward the end of expert, right? Where you have rather than what is your guys' 17?
15, 16, 17, 20.
15, 16, 17 to 20. So there's a lot of talk about that 17 to 20 class.
Yeah.
In both the guys and the girls. So you may see USA BMX change that up a little bit. Just because they know that when you guys are hitting 17, you're wanting to go pro rather than stick around in the 17 to 20 class.
But see, in the amateur side of it, they can race junior elite. Amateur race twice the races at half the price.
Yep.
Instead of going and paying $130 to $200 to enter a handful of races a year versus racing, 3 times as many in amateur and junior elite.
Yeah.
So there's advantages.
There is, because when you turn pro, you're pro. You're not.
There is no
back
going
down.
back. You got to be out of the sport for 3 years, and have all these people sign. It's just not worth it. Just wait. It'll be your time, and just enjoy the ride, enjoy the process, and when you get there, you get there. And that's what I hope people do. But hey, also on the flip side, if it's your time to go pro and it's that first day you're allowed to and available to, and that's what you want to do, and that's what you're doing, and we got your back 100%. But don't sell yourself short of some other awesome racing titles that you could possibly win. Just don't sell yourself short, because you can do it. You can achieve any of it, and everybody will. They're going to get in what they put. Going to get out what they put in. But Trinity Stofflet, I don't see anything out of you, but number 1's coming, and we definitely got your back, and whatever you need from us, you have it.
Sweet.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Trinity Stofflet, Factory Midwest Pool Rider. Let's see what all you got on there. Full Tilt, American Door and Supply, Profile, DuraShield, V-Tire Company, One Feather Press, boom. And DeSoto BMX. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on. I want to thank Trinity for joining us. Thank you very much. You're welcome on Chris's Corner and our podcast anytime you want to be, young lady. We got a couple other people to talk to. We're actually, Trinity, I'm about to introduce our new girl for the year. I want to talk to you first. Thank you for representing. Of course, I can't say it right now until I get her on here, but yeah, we're going to introduce our new girl for the year, and I know you're going to support her and everything that she does, and hopefully I don't think she's going to have a problem with representing the exact same way you did, and I expect her to I always want people to do better than the previous year. You know, I want the bar set just a little bit higher each year. Just that's what we're supposed to do, is set the bar and have somebody pass it so it just gets better. And you know, as long as we're being positive, lifting people up, I don't see any reason that can't happen. But good luck tonight. I hope you end the season off with a win. And in 2019, you go get them. And if there's anything we can do for you, just let us know, and we'll be sure we're there to support you and do whatever we can.
Thank you.
Trinity Stofflet, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with you here in just a minute with another interview. And if I'm going to have it my way, it's going to be our new amateur girl for 2019. We'll be back with you in just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with our third guest of the night. This young lady has been in the sport of BMX since she was born. Before she was born, when her mother was pregnant, they were out here at Desoto BMX. So she heard that gate drop in the cadence. She was ready to go when she came out the womb. I think she snapped. She snapped down them hips. She just made it happen. Snapped out of the womb. Boom. Flipped the gate. You know, things got a little messy, but it's all right because she's here today. Listen, this young lady, known her forever. Proud to say she's actually probably my daughter's best friend for the longest. They've got an awesome relationship. Of course, they're both growing up, doing different things now, but seen you grow up and been extremely proud of you with everything that you've done, as hard as you've worked. And actually, this past year in 2018, I've seen a fire in you on the track that I haven't seen before in mostly any girl out here at DeSoto BMX for an extremely long time, especially the 2 years that I've been lucky enough to be the operator. So without further ado, I'm super excited I haven't even talked to you about this, talked to your mom and dad, but I'm very happy and excited to tell you that you are our 2019 Amateur Girl for the Year at DeSoto BMX. Couldn't be more proud and more happy to have you represent us and represent this track, yourself, your family, your team. And I'm going to get you up there. I need you to pick out your favorite action shot of yourself. And you and your sister are going to be up here for the rest of your lives, and especially why this place is here. But I had a reason for not choosing you before now. 2019 is the 20th anniversary of our facility. And I wanted you to represent DeSoto BMX as the amateur girl and premier rider for DeSoto BMX during our 20th anniversary year. So that is yours, and it will always be yours. And I hope you're excited, because I'm super excited to see what you're going to bring. And you've been working extremely hard, and I hope to see it just keep growing and do what it does. And you're going to be an absolute phenomenal rider, and you're just going to keep growing and getting faster and better. But I hope you love this, what's happening for 2019. But yes, it is you, Jay Salinarino, 2019 20th anniversary for the track girl amateur rider for the year. So there you have it. That's why I wanted to interview you and talk to you again.
Thank you.
So there's been a lot of changes in your life.
Yeah.
In the past just couple months.
Yeah.
You were killing yourself out here on the track, doing everything you could, learning, getting faster, getting better. But you actually tell everybody what you're doing now. Where did you move to? Kind of what you got going on. It's super exciting.
Well, I moved to Bowie, so that's an hour away from Wichita Falls, and so I'm a little bit farther away from DeSoto since I'm not as close, but I'm still making every time I can get out here to make the trip out here. It's
Absolutely.
It's an hour and 45 minutes, and it's so worth it to ride this beautiful facility.
Cool.
I started public school again since I was homeschooled, and now I'm joining everything practically. I'm an FFA, have Rabbit. I'm a green hand officer for FFA.
Yeah.
I'm an AV student. Play all the sports. Just doing everything.
Playing basketball.
Yeah.
You have
Basketball,
fun
you're
doing
in
that?
track too, right?
Yeah, track, cross country.
Cross country. Yeah, you have dabbled in it all, but your number one love and passion. I mean, you're back here tonight for the last race of the 2018 season. So what's the experience like being in high school with everybody and meeting a bunch of new people?
Well, I never thought I was actually going to experience high school because my plan was just to do homeschool for my 4 years of high school and then off to community college. But actually, it's been like, I think it's the best experience ever, honestly. I love high school, and I love all my friends, and I don't know, it's just a great experience, and I love it.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And you should have that experience, and kudos to your mom and dad for doing it. Y'all got you a place out in Bowie, Texas. Like I was on when I first heard you were going to go to school. I'm like, get the FFA, get me some blue and gold sausage. Of course, only me, I mean, the FFA people out there listening understands what blue and gold sausage is. Comes from the FFA. We were actually reciting the creed together right when I found out you were going to be in the FFA. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, but I also went to high school in Bowie. I was a Bowie jackrabbit for a little bit back when my father passed away and stuff. I went there from Oklahoma. And, I lived in Bowie, and, it's a cool place, cool school. And so I guess, what do you call that? Is it alma mater?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what you call it.
Alma mater.
Yeah. So, we went to the same high school, young lady. That is some cool business. But, just the fact that you're getting to experience other sports and people and kind of see what you want to do with your life once you're done with school. It doesn't have to be community college. It can be a university. You can be a surgeon. Hell, you can still go to the moon if you want to. You can be an astronaut, and I have no doubt whatever you decide you want to do, that you're going to do it. We have your back 100%. That will never change, no matter what happens. We will always have your back. And thank you for wanting to be a part of our personal lives and treating our daughter so good with your friendship. We really appreciate it, and always love having you here. So what's going on for 2019? What is when it comes to BMX? What's in Jason Yuckel and Reno's brain?
Right now, I'm just training for 2019. Since I'm still in 15-16, will be top of the age group, so I'm going to do a ton more nationals this year, qualifying for the World Champs for 2019, and hopefully in Albuquerque. And we're just hitting the nationals hard this year, national series.
There you go, top of the age group. That's the time to do it.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I seen the heartbreak in your face a lot.
Yeah.
When you race and ride, I see you're not satisfied with second place.
No.
And I see that. Those of us that know you, when we look in your eyes and your helmet when you're coming around turn 2, that determination to get into that rhythm section and get in and out of 3, when you come across in second place, you're disappointed.
Yeah.
You're only satisfied with that first place, and that was the exciting part to get to tell you that the driving nature behind you and the fact that you keep getting on that gate, you keep trying to qualify, and you keep busting your butt doing what you're doing is why you are going to represent Desoto BMX in 2019. And, just have fun with it. Enjoy the process, and don't ever be afraid to fail, because it's only going to make you better and faster.
Well, it's just like we were talking with Alec earlier, he was saying he has had tough years too, It's up and down. You're never just going to come out there and win every race you enter.
Well, if anybody knows that, honest to God, not just saying this because we're in a conversation, about Alec Bob, which we talked to him earlier. He's just a phenomenal rider, phenomenal human being. But you have grown up, and for lack of better way to say this, or not much time to prep, is in the shadow of a girl who is one of the top elite girls on the planet. Shaylin Reno is your big sister. So it's not easy to, because everybody expects certain things, but you're going to have your own path and your own way to get there. You don't have to go the same path as that. But on one side of it, I look at you and I'm like, man, she's so fortunate to have the training and the skill and the knowledge in BMX that you have with your sister Shaylin, which is a phenomenal human being. I love that girl to death. But you are Jason Reno. You do your own thing, and I think you both can have your own staples in the sport, and I hope I hope you like hearing when I think of Shaylin Reno, I don't think of Jacelyn, and when I think of Jacelyn Reno, I don't think about Shaylin, because you're individuals and just I think you're gonna, and I hope one day you spank her.
She's taught me so much. It's so crazy how much I've grown from her. Like not even being my big sister, just being like somebody like to look up to and like just teach me. Like she's like a mentor more than you know.
But what a mentor to have, you know.
Yeah.
She's world traveled. She's been all over this planet, and you know all she's gonna do is just come back to the girl she loves the most, her best friend, and give you all that knowledge because she only wants to see you. I guarantee you, because I've had a conversation. She wants you to do better than she ever did. So that I know that's her goal. But Jacelyn, you can do whatever you want to do, and if it happens to be pro basketball, by God, Desoto BMX is going to back you up in pro basketball. That's just whatever you want. In life, we're definitely gonna have your back. So you're gonna go to a lot more nationals, so you're gonna have the national here, April 5th, 6th, and 7th, Super Nationals. Then we're gonna have state qualifier. We're gonna have a lot of stuff going on here at DeSoto BMX, and then the state championship. We got the Tangent Pro Series, big old $20,000 pro-am that's gonna go down. Jump in that. Just throw down. What if 7 wreck and you're the last one up? Boom, you're getting paid. You can go spend some money at the Bowie Walmart. That's one of the coolest Walmarts ever. They sell a lot of country stuff there.
There's not?
A lot of country stuff at the Bowie Walmart.
Where is Bowie? I've never.
It's about 45 minutes from Wichita.
So if you go out of Fort Worth north on 35, you're going to get on 287.
Yeah.
You're going to go through Decatur, then Bridgeport, and
Past
Alvoid. Past Alvoid, and then you'll get to Bowie. Bowie is just you actually go on the south side of Bowie when you're on 287. You're on the south side of town.
You never see the town.
No.
You just see the Walmart and maybe a glimpse of the high school.
And,
That's it.
the high school's on the right-hand side, on the north side of the road. It's an awesome town. Bowie is a pretty pumping, awesome little town. That's where Tough Hedeman lived when I worked for him and hung out with him a little bit. And back in the rodeo days, Tough Hedeman, 3-time world champion bull rider. He had a house out there in Bowie, Texas, and moved there. And I had some family and crap, but it was a lot of fun, man. It's just a different place. You know, it's kind of off the beaten path and its own little community.
There's never traffic.
No, it's just cool.
It only takes 5 minutes to get to one side of the town to the other.
There's a Sonic, a Walmart, Dairy Queen. There's all of it.
What more can you ask for?
You don't need anything else. All the food groups.
Sonic, Walmart, and Dairy Queen.
Hey, you have a Chicken Express.
And a chicken.
And a Golden Chick.
2 chicken places. It's been 15 or 20 years since I've been there. I'm
Town's
sure
booming
it's
since you left.
But yeah, I don't know if you got one of these. So
I actually have one of these.
There's another one. So so we kind of understand and know what went down in 2018 this past year. What happened at the Grands? What went down? We didn't get to talk much there. Everybody was real busy. So kind of what happened the whole week?
Well, going up to Grands, I was pretty ready. I thought I was going to do really well, but going into 15-16, it's a really stacked class. And on Friday during the Rock, I crashed in semis. So that was like heartbreaking because last year I did so well in the Rock and everything, made my mains, qualified, and when I crashed this year, I was like pretty disappointed, but wasn't like too upset. I knew I had Grands coming up, and then I just had a really stacked rack in quarters and just couldn't make it out of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So so you got to experience everything. You did good. You did your best.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds contrite, and everybody always says, well, as long as you do your best. But no, you truly did. You went out there, you pedaled your butt off. And I think you're just going to do that much better in 2019. And I'm going to get I need something for your bike or maybe your helmet or something, but it's going to say DeSoto BMX on there, Premier Rider 2019 20th anniversary. I'm going to do something for you because he's the guy for the year. So it's you and Thomas. So y'all two are going to represent DeSoto BMX for 2019, and I love you.
Love
and
you too.
thank you. So, and one thing that's going to happen throughout the year is we're going to do this a lot because whether it's, of course, I don't want nothing but good results, but no matter what the results are, we're going to keep track, and I'm going to have both of you on the show. You and this other guy. I can't say his name yet because we haven't interviewed him.
The other guy.
We're going to introduce this gentleman, but I want y'all two on the show so that the riders that are looking up to y'all and kind of seeing what you're doing for the year, they see that you accept the good with the bad and the hard work that you put in. So let's get back together. I say once a month, let's have you on the show. Let's see where your head's at, see what's going on and the next race or two that's coming up. But thank you, Jacelyn Reno, for being who you are, doing what you do, and just being an awesome athlete and an awesome human being. So let's do it.
Thank you for everything.
You're absolutely welcome. And she's on Reno Racing. Diehard Reno racer, so y'all be looking out for that yellow flame jersey. Jacelyn Reno's going to be coming at all you girls, and man, thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go. All right, well, we're just going to jump on. I guess, man, we'll just jump on with him real quick. I'm super excited to do this. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to the second human being. So, you know, like I said, the introduction with Jacelyn, that was the funnest one I've got to do right there. Cool. Tell her about that. She didn't know. She did not know till she put them headphones on. You had no clue that was going to happen, did you? That's awesome.
That's why I was saying.
See,
you're going to wait to do it on
yeah,
here.
that's just too cool. So, you know, like I said, the first year we had Natalie Daughtery and Billy Russell. When we first took the track over, I said I wanted two riders out there promoting DeSoto BMX and kind of just letting people see what the product is we put out. And then last year we had Cameron Wing, Trinity Stofflet. They did a phenomenal job promoting the track and everything that they did. And then I made this decision last night. This decision when I seen you out there talk to you, I couldn't wait to tell you. So this was it last night or Wednesday?
It was last night.
It was last night. Yeah, that's right. It was last night because I was out there talking to your mom and dad, and I was bouncing some ideas off of them, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make this decision, and I'm going to do this. So we just put Jacelyn Reno, and ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce this young gentleman who's been a factory pure avian rider for a long time. Is that who you're riding for in 2019?
Yes, sir. This will be my third year riding for them.
So, our boy/guy man that's going to be representing all the dudes and DeSoto BMX in 2019, and Jacelyn Reno, I was telling her this too, 2019 is our 20th anniversary year. So we've been here for 20 years, and for the 20th year, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Thomas Sechrist as your premier DeSoto guy rider for the year. He is what the amateur riding and what hard work and the epitome of hard work is about here at DeSoto BMX. So thank you for accepting it. Thank you for working as hard as you do.
Yeah.
The floor is yours. Just talk about your BMX career, your racing, what you're going to do this next year, and kind of let everybody know who Thomas Sechrist is, who may not know.
Well, I'm Thomas Sechrist. I'm 17 years of age. I race 1720 expert. I'm turning 18 soon. I've been riding since I was 12 years old, 2012. Ever since I got on the bike, I've loved it. Couldn't get me off the bike. Every time I'm at home, I'm always thinking about riding my bike. Can't keep me off of it. Had a few bad crashes. It's not going to stop me from riding.
He's at a plethora.
Well, that's something that we should talk about. So, and that's one of the reasons why I'm sure Chris has picked you for the Premier Rider of 2019. Coming into Grands, you were on fire. You were out here training all the time, fast as ever.
Every day.
And you had a gnarly crash.
Yeah.
That took you out of the Grand.
Last time I was on the talk show, I was getting ready. I was training my butt off for Grands, and then the day after, I believe it was the day after, I headed to Houston. Just had a bad crash, collapsed my main artery, torn veins. Had to have emergency surgery. They said I was very lucky. I almost lost my leg, or worse, I could have died. But that's not going to keep me off my bike. I'm out here riding, training again, getting ready for 2019. I'm ready for it.
Well, and I mean, yeah, you've been banged up. But where I think, of course, it's not good, and I would never wish pain on you or any kind of surgery, and the financials on your parents and the heartbreak that they've seen. I watched your mom and dad both just break down and cry over what's happened, but you've persevered. A lot of people would be out of the sport.
Yeah.
They would have just chalked it up as a loss, and they'd be out here playing shuffleboard or chess or something. But you're back out here, you're ready to go, and you're ready to run at them. I've known you from the very beginning. I seen you ride for the first time out here, and the relationship that we have, even personally, I've grown to love you as a person and a human. We don't agree on everything. I've got onto you some. You've got onto me, and it is what it is. But I think that's what makes you who you are. You don't conform to anybody's standards. It's Thomas Secret standards. Of course, your dad Steven and your mother Maxine. They are just two of the nicest and most honest people I've ever met. They are who they are. They're gonna be themselves, and they've taught that to you. Yeah. And we could not be more proud to have you representing DeSoto BMX. And when your banner goes up here, just like I told Jacelyn and every other person, banner that we go put up here, this will be up here for as long as this track is here. Your banner and the fact that you were the premier rider for DeSoto BMX will be a known thing forever, as long as this track stands. And that is your spot for history. You're going to be up there with Billy Russell, Shaylin Reno, Alec Bob, all the Hall of Famers that have ever been here. You are now a part of a very small group of people, and I would love to see you be our amateur rider for 2019, and then I would like to turn around here in a couple years and put you up as an elite pro, and have two up there. That would be just a really neat thing. Billy, he did it. He's going to get his pro banner to go along with his amateur banner, and there's only been two of you, so that's it, dude. And I'm super excited for you, and I want you to bust them up, and I want you to break them loose in 2019. Stay healthy, do what you got to do, and you just get out here to the track, and we're going to be running gates for you and let you do what you got to do.
Yeah, and I'm honored to have this. I'm very grateful for what Chris and Casey have done for this track. They've just done so much for this track. I'm just grateful for it all. Great training facility. I love it.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, and that's we do it because of kids like you. I want to see you succeed, and that's what it's all about. I know Riley, Blaine's son, he watches you ride. A lot of people watch you, and you're one of the more talked about amateurs, especially in the past 2 years, to see how much you've grown, because you trained with Brandon Elmore forever.
Yeah.
One of the best pros to ever come out of DeSoto BMX, one of the fastest, biggest, strongest dudes ever. Of course, his dad, Gary Elmore, ran the track for a long time and was one, the best track operator ever out here at DeSoto BMX back when it was Metroplex. So you trained with some of the best. And you've turned into your own guy, and you're doing your own training and your own thing, and everybody's proud of you. So just hit the ground running, do what you're doing, and we have your back 100%.
Thank y'all very much for that.
So if you want to take this time to throw a shout out to your sponsors, thank everybody in your family, thank everybody you want to thank, and your sponsors.
I want to thank my sponsors, Pure Avian and J&R. Those are the biggest sponsors I got. They're always there for me. I want to thank my parents for always being there for me. Without them, I wouldn't be here. And big thanks to Chris and Casey for this beautiful track. It's a great training facility. And, of course, Don Davis. He's out of
West Texas BMX,
West Texas
track
BMX.
Operator. West Texas BMX. Man, Don Davis is a cool cat.
Yeah, he's always been there for me. He's always taking care of my food, my races. I don't even got to ask him for nothing. He'll be there for me.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when it comes time, we're going to be going out to that state qualifier that they're going to be having. I don't know the exact day, or I can't remember the exact day of their state qualifier, but we're definitely going to be out there. And I think I get to announce a little bit during that race. So, I'll give you an extra little wow.
Yeah.
Feel like you're at home.
Yeah, just kind of give you that little feeling. But, dude, super excited for you. Take this opportunity, make it your own, And I have no doubt that you're going to be one of the best ever that come out of this track. And not only do I want to see you as an amateur banner and a pro banner, but a Hall of Famer. That's where I want to see you, and I have no doubt you're going to do it. And be in the Texas BMX Hall of Fame, the National Hall of Fame, and just the Life Hall of Fame, because you're just a good kid, and love you very much.
Thank you for that.
You've got it. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Sechrist, Factory Pure Avian Rider, 2019 Premier Rider for DeSoto BMX, along with Jason Reno. That is just a pair of awesome young individuals right there. They are going to represent. We're going to have both of them back on about once a month. We'll check in with them, see where they're at, kind of, because I want to do this, and I want to go back and have this archive all the way in to the Grands, and then once the Grands is over in 2019 and the end of the season, we can go back and sit down and listen to all this and kind of see where you started. You're going to sound different. Your voice is going to deepen. You're going to grow because you're a young guy and you're going to get bigger and older. And
I don't know. His voice is already pretty deep.
Yeah, it's a, well, I'm a,
I mean, it's not Monster Energy Supercross guy deep. Just
yeah. Well, one day it will.
One day.
But his dad, Steven Sechrist, his dad is a hell of a singer, dude. He sings like heavy metal, rock and roll, like dude has got one of the coolest and best voices ever. I absolutely love hearing this dude sing. Like, I probably need to have him do like national anthem. You think he'd do the national anthem? Like some rock style? I think he would.
Oh, get
Maybe
Leland Hill on the guitar.
Holy crap, dude! You just had a. Oh, now we're gonna do it. I mean,
Leland was just out here and said he's got some new.
Yes, he does. He got some new jams.
New jams.
Yep.
So let's do it,
dude. Yeah, the legend Leland Hill. He'll be out here throwing down guitar stuff. I'm going to talk to your dad and see if we can get
he's right over there.
Steven Sechrist on the microphone. Yes, hit him up. I don't want him to plan and get nervous about it, but get him out here and sing the national anthem. Man, I'm going to try that. Sounds like the moto sheets are posted. Well, Thomas Sechrist, we're going to get on with the final night of racing, DeSoto BMX under the Big Top, DeSoto, Texas. This is the absolute end of the 2018 season, and this is how we wanted to bring it to you with some awesome, positive news about lifting people up, just allowing them to be themselves, be better people, and, man, I'm excited for you and your future. So,
thank you.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Sechrist, my co-host as always, my ride or die, Mr. Blaine Graham out of Magnolia, Texas. Chris's Corner podcast, Chris's Corner on Wednesday nights. Then we also do Chris's carpool that goes down between the track and the house. When I get bored, if I ain't got a child with me or something right in the car, I got to talk to somebody. My mouth is, my gums are always bumping. I'm always talking some kind of smack. So. Man, just thank y'all for all of you. To you, Blaine, your bride allowing you to do this. She's just awesome. Your daughter supporting everything. She's always here wanting to help set up and always be here at the track. And your son. Thank y'all for staying the night with us last night. That was fun. You brought up. Thank you for the Christmas gift. I got a bottle of Jameson. I'm not a big drinker, but we experimented with the old Jameson at the Grands and decided that was our drink. And we did it last night. And, man, this morning, half that bottle was gone, bro. Boo. And I didn't even feel bad, till I hit my head on that bar. Dude, I got knocked out today.
What happened?
Straight up knocked out. I was on the back of Blaine's deal. Those yellow cross member bars? I turned around, and that thing hit me so hard in the head, dude, straight to the ground.
Oh, I've done that twice, but I haven't passed out from it. I've just got a big bump on my head.
I didn't lose consciousness, but I say knocked me out. Like, it knocked me off my feet, dude, and I was just a pump laying there, squalling like I had to go have Blaine hold me for like 3 minutes. I put my head.
I thought Blaine clocked you.
I did. I put my head like this on his shoulder, and I was just holding. I was like, hold me. And he's like, oh, you're all right, you big baby. So, but anyway, we're possibly going to have another interview or two tonight, but I know one of the things I say the most is thank you. And I think that's important. That's something we should do in life, is thank everybody for all the hard work, and whether they're just giving you a good thought or doing something for you. Thank everybody in your life, because without people next to you challenging you to be better, you're not going to be anything. And you're only as good as the people you have around you. So, all the kudos we get for doing all the track, like when you were thanking us for the facility. This facility is what it is because of you, because of Blaine. because of Darren Burmeyer, because of Sean Reno, because of everybody that's here. It would not be what it is without the people that we have in it. It just simply would not be, and I can't wait to see the more people we bring in, the better it gets, because it's only going to be an awesome program and a badass. Oh, excuse me, a really good 2000. Bleep.
You can say ass on the radio. Though.
Can you say that? Say ass. I just don't want to.
Ass is turned to PG.
Okay, well, the booty. I'm gonna bleep.
I can put a beep drop in there.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. But anyway, here we go, man. We're going to get ready for racing. We got balance bikes on the track right now. These are our absolute future pros. They are throwing down. They're making things happen out of the balance bike starting gate. And we're going to get through the balance bike practice. Then we're going to get them racked up for the parade lap. I need to actually find a couple. I've had a bunch of riders. Man, we have them lined up to carry flags now. That's awesome.
Crazy.
But this next year, I want to see you and Jason and some of these older riders carrying the flag and leading these kids on the parade lap.
I'll be out here every night, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I'll always be here.
Have no doubt.
We're riding with everyone.
No doubt.
I love riding with all these little kids out here.
But we're going to have you back on the track, and that's another reason you're the premier rider for 2019, because you always take the initiative and the you have the wherewithal about you to always talk to all these little kids. And when one of these big pros puts that knowledge on you, you just always seem to take that. You don't ask for money, you don't ask for anything from anybody, but just for them to listen and take the information that was passed to you and pass it on to them. So just a good dude. Keep growing the way you are, because you're a phenomenal human being. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We'll be back with you here in just a few minutes with another awesome guest here on Chris's Corner Podcast. Saturday night, December 15th, final race of the year here, Desoto BMX under the big top in DeSoto, Texas. Wow. 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 That's all I can say is wow on this 2018 season. It is a wrap. It's over. It's done. We just had some phenomenal main event racing here at DeSoto BMX under the big top. Saturday night, 50-something degrees, 0 wind, not a hint of a breeze.
Oh man, it's the best night we've had in a long time. I'll tell you
for December, this is crazy compared to what we were going through a week and a half ago.
Yeah, with the wind and the rain blowing in on us.
Absolutely insane. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one. Thank you. I mean, everybody that's listening, supporting this, and you, sir, Blaine Graham, from the time that you hit me up to come up with Chris's Corner Podcast. One of the coolest things. This is one of my favorite parts of what we get to do together. So just knowing that we get to hang out once a week and at nationals, and then even the grands, knowing that that's coming up next year. Thank you for making this 2018 season what it was, and your friendship, and like, dude, I see a long future of stuff that we're gonna get to do together.
It is my pleasure.
So, dude,
it's
like,
fun.
Seriously, thank you. This is awesome, and I'm excited that I'm doing this with you, and it's our deal. It
gives us something to look forward to. You know, we're too old to be out there on bikes.
Hell yeah. Well, you might be.
It gives. Well, I know you'll be out there. I know I am.
I ain't getting out there. Nope.
If I even grab a bike, I'm in trouble.
Get out there with a microphone, not a bikerophone. But yeah, man, I mean, just what a phenomenal end to a 2018 season. It's super cool. Casey come up to me a little bit ago. We're going to be open for practice Monday. Like,
there you go.
She said, baby, we don't, if we get to the house, we're going to get lazy. So, man, we're going to be open for practice Monday and Wednesday.
And I guarantee you there will be riders show up.
There will be. And we'll be here. We're just going to start getting things kind of, that give us an opportunity to work on some stuff out here the next couple weeks, or to be a little slower than normal. So the points are over. The racing's done. All they're going to do is tally up points now, and then we'll figure out what's up. So, but in 2019, between Central Texas BMX, West Texas BMX, Cowtown, with Craig and Regina and that crew out there with Porter Gibbons and there's a build about to be going on down at Central Texas BMX with Jason Crouch, so their facility is gonna get better, and then you got Houston coming this next year. 2019 is gonna be a big year in Texas for BMX.
Oh heck yeah, man! There's gonna be, if there's all the people that are in Texas are gonna be in for a hell of a year, and then you're gonna have
Crazy.
all of the riders that are coming from. I'm anticipating riders coming from around the world.
Oh, dude, no. I guarantee you there's going to be riders coming from around the world simply because they're going to be holding the Worlds in 2020 and the track's going to be open. But it all kind of works out because the Super Nationals in April, and then they're going to open right in that time frame. I don't know if they're going to open. There's a chance that they could open a little bit before the Super National, but 90% sure they're going to open right after the Nationals the next month. I was trying
to think of what Holly said. I think she said April, late April or May.
May.
They are, I mean, she said right on the podcast that they're a little pushback due to weather.
Yeah.
But, weather's been getting better, so I don't know. Maybe they'll have a chance to put it back on track here. But
I think they will. And I'm excited. The cool thing, you and I have talked about it off here, and just in general conversation, even on the phone and here at the track. I can't wait till Blaine and I hop in the truck, jump up early Saturday morning, and we come down to Houston. We don't know what their race schedule is going to be yet down there, or their practice or race schedule, but whatever it is.
Donovan said, I can't remember now. I have a terrible memory, but he did tell me. I can't remember now.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think they have an idea. Donovan has an idea when he's going to be racing.
What did he kind of throw at you? Do you
can't even remember now. Riley would know if he's
Friday, Saturday night racing.
No, he is. They're going to make it work with Pearland and Katie, so they're doing the nights that they weren't open. I know that.
Nice. Weekday racing, maybe.
I want to say Wednesday.
Nice.
But I could be wrong on that. I don't want to say the wrong day. So
and I want to throw a big thank you out to that guy pulling out right there with that big white trailer. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, holler at Larry Munson at Hot Wheels Express. Larry Munson, he works his butt off going to all these fairs and everything that he does, and he still has that trailer here for these folks, making sure that they have bike parts, all their safety gear, the latest and greatest equipment. And one thing that I love about Munson is if he doesn't have it in stock, he will order it and get it for you quick. And he will drive out to the track with that trailer and truck just to deliver somebody a pair of gloves. And he's just a good dude. He supports BMX, makes sure there's all these parts and everything for everybody. And anytime we need anything as operators, he's right there, and he supports us a lot. So thank you to Larry Munson for the past 2 years of having our backs at the end of 2016, all of 2017, and 2018. It's been phenomenal. I know we're going to go forward. Big things are coming. We got the wall being built here, and going to start construction on that in about a week.
The Great Wall of DeSoto.
See, why does everybody come up with the cool stuff? The Great Wall of DeSoto, the Great Wall Turn. Unbelievable. See, man, that we're going to put that, stencil that on the outside. The Great Wall of DeSoto. 10 inches wide, 6 foot tall, 100 foot long. I mean, it's phenomenal. And then we got the bathrooms and concessions complex coming right after the Super Nationals. They're going to be building that. It should be hopefully completed by the time we get to the state championship, and weather permitting. We are in Texas, so things do happen. But yeah, I mean, we just got a lot of cool racing. I can't wait to get into 2019, but I'm definitely going to take a step back, reflect on the year, take the next couple weeks, chill out, join my family. Only got a few months left with my daughter in the house. She's going to be going to college this next year, so I'm going to make sure everything's solid there, and we can kind of putting what we got to put together personally. But yeah, dude, we just we're in a groove, and we love it, and just can't thank everybody enough for the 2018 season and just what the rest is going to bring. So with that being said, Blaine Graham, once again for the last time, thank you and your family for all that you do and what we've got going on together. Can't wait to hone in our craft. And ladies and gentlemen, this next year when we do this on Saturdays, we're going to have our little camera
Yeah,
we're gonna work on going live, like live.
I was just talking with Factory Prophecy, Joey Gomez.
And Double A Pro.
Double A. He's been doing a lot of vlogging lately, so he's gonna get me set up with some software. We're gonna go live here pretty quick.
Nice.
Real quick.
Nice. Do you think I can? Well, over the next 2 weeks, are you going to be doing anything with this over the next couple weeks? I'm going to hold on to it because I just want to play with some stuff. I'm going to hook it up to my computer at the house. I want you to send me that program. You can cut this out if you don't want it on here.
No, that's fine. I mean,
I want to whatever program that is. I just email it.
You just go on and download it.
Just download it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to figure that out. But ladies and gentlemen, listen. Hey, we're going to wrap this up. It's Saturday night. I want to go say goodbye to everybody and thank them for being here and everything that they've done. We've had a lot of riders win. BMX League rider, Lily Ashley, she won tonight. Final race here at Desoto BMX. The BMX Racing League, I'm telling you, people, get on board with that. You want to do it. It's good for your program and good for these kiddos and these families on how to introduce them to the sport of BMX. We got big things coming with Greg Romero BMX training. Hey, if you want to train with the pros and train where the pros do and take your training and your BMX to the next level, he's a 3-time Olympic coach. Holler at Greg Romero, bmxtraining.com. Talk to Jason Carnes, Berm Academy. Talked to him the other day. He's going to be coming up here, hanging out, parking his rig, going to be doing some riding on the track, going to be throwing down some clinics. We got Rider X out here. He's going to be doing he's training with Greg Romero right now. He's doing some really, really big things. And 2019, we're looking for Rider X to make the semis at the Grands next year in the 17-year-old class, 17X.
17-20.
So it's going to be crazy.
Going to be coming in hot.
Going to be coming in hot. Doing a little beatboxing. But he's just getting to where he can ride that bike. He can ride that bike. He just needs some speed and power. But he's on that program with Greg Romero. So bmxtraining.com, holler at Greg Romero. It's where the champions train. Yeah, we got some clinics coming up this next year with Shaylin Reno, Billy Russell, our two newest premier riders for DeSoto BMX, Jacelyn Reno and Thomas Seacrest. They're going to handle business this next year.
Happy for those two.
Them two they're phenomenal. The look on Jacelyn's face, she was like, "What?" So I don't know. Just felt really cool to give her that. I can't wait to get their banners up. I think that's when it'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's me."
Well, they both deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
They're both phenomenal kids.
Very much so. But anyway, so here we go, man. It's over. Thank y'all, everybody, for what you do and being the people you are. Last words for the year?
I would just say, man, it's over. But hey, starting here in 2 weeks, we're right back at it again. So
Boom.
It ain't really over.
No.
It's a pause, a short one at that. We'll be back coming at you from Las Vegas.
Las Vegas here in just a few weeks, about a month from now. We'll be in Vegas throwing down. But anyway, yes. When you're out there and you see somebody down, lift them up and give somebody. Oh, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I want to do that twice anyway. So
hey,
you
do
know,
it as many times as you want.
Alec Bob is. You know how he's talking about how much he's flying?
Yep.
I need to get him a stack of these stickers. And all these airports he goes to, put a sticker somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then these kids that we're doing that contest with for the entry into the national or the state championship out of Chris's pocket.
Between him and myself, I think we can hit every airport in the United States.
Y'all can do it. So, yeah, be looking for those. We're going to be coming at you with that contest information here pretty quick. Thank you, son. But anyway, I'm going to say it one more time. If you have any opportunity to put anything out on Facebook, you're walking around a store doing your Christmas shopping, you're at a family event, Christmas party, whatever. When you're out there and you see somebody down, lift them up. Give somebody a hug. It'll make you a better person. God bless you. Peace out. We'll see you in 2019.